And looks like we're off. Well, Uncle, you are wrong. This is not open mode. Just 50 bucks in that very first chest. Early map check. 2 regular crystals at Eastern Palace and Desert, and I fought a green pendant over at Tower of Hera. Let's see what our uncle item for today is. According to the file names, mkosler 1's Fire Rod. Or Ice Rod, I don't know. But it's Fire Rod. And g3rd0 getting a bomb drop, which is really nice. mkosler as well. Oh, nice. So they won't have to worry about that. And we have a small key in that first real chest, I'd say. So we have a couple of items left. We have only the map as a dungeon item left. Well, and the big key, but that one is on a fixed location. Fire Rod being a nice weapon, it kills the guards in here. Oh, second weapon of today, a sword, so don't have to conserve too much magic now. But as I was saying, Fire Rod one shots a couple of guards, well, all of the guards, if I'm not mistaken, in the escape portion of the game. And there is a second item. There are now 5 chests left, 4 items and just 1 dungeon item, which is the map. I wonder what Princess Zelda's thinking, being led by a boo. It's from another franchise, it's from another castle, essentially. Maybe this is what it feels like to be Princess Peach, if a boo would get her. And we are heading over to the last portion of escape, the sewers section. Both runners opting to not use the small magic pot in under one of the pots in that portion. And there is an item number 3, that is a piece of heart. We have 4 locations left. And neither of the runners have to, oh, sorry for that, have to go back to get the back of escape items, as they both have a bomb. Let's see if the runners have been counting and if they could potentially. Oh well, I'll eat my words. There is the map. There is an item in the sanctuary chest. And aside from Uncle having Fire Rod and finding the sword, so far there's nothing really good inside escape. Except for maybe Zelda. Depends on if you say Zelda's required, but I'd say she is. And a piece of full heart container inside sanctuary chest. We may never know if that is our sanctuary heart container. Well, it is a sank heart, but maybe not the sank heart. Small diversions. g3rd0 is going to check the lumberjack item, and mkosler's probably skipping that one. Just $5 from the bush crab. And $100 for defeating Ganon. Defeating Aghanim 1 and bumping off that tree. That doesn't sound like a good reward. Just a quiver upgrade on the fall, and another at the mushroom spot. Let's see, Blind's hut and cellar. Oh, g3rd0's doing a save and quit. He might check South Shore first before heading into Kakariko. Or not? Well, we find the flippers in the blind cellar, so... Oh, he's getting bombs. So, yeah, that's really nice. He's doing a race game and then probably heading up to Kakariko and getting his bombs so he can full clear Kakariko. And I believe that was just $20 at the race game. And $20 on library. And the chicken hut is housing a chest which has a full heart container. For right now, it's looking like a very full seed of hearts, a very healthy seed. Link doesn't have to eat his veggies to stay healthy, you know? And bombs in that first chest, so in the well, so buying bombs would maybe have been unnecessary. And finding the ice rod early, does this mean that we have a pendant turtle rock? interesting to see where they would head next after doing the whole Kakariko loop. I think they do South Shore and then head up to Zora area with flippers. Oh, and mkosler is going to do the racing game, while g3rd0 just checked it. This is going to be a small time sink from mkosler. And g3rd0 picked up his flippers. He has gotten his permission from Zora, from King Zora, to use the water areas of Hyrule. And even though g3rd0 went ahead and save and quitted earlier and went from the south into Kakariko, the sync is pretty alright right now. No mirror means that we cannot do the damn trip. Oh, Cane of Bruna. That's something. And hookshot underwater, so if they get the lamp and gloves or just the flute, they can do almost all of Dark Mountain. Five items here, with the flute being the first, and piece of heart, green rupee, a bottle, and another piece of heart. Well, there's the Death Mountain access, as I said. And interesting to see that g3rd0 does not opt to check out Ice Rock Cave, and instead is probably going to activate his flute right now. In the long run, this will be a time save for g3rd0, as he can just flute over to 8 and walk up. But this could also mean that he might forget about Ice Rock Cave. And the duck is loose, so g3rd0 can call upon the duck, not the dog, to carry him like all over Hyrule. That's a strong duck. Getting a sick kid check immediately as well, just 20 bucks. Thanks for your allowance, I guess. And there is the Ice Rock Cave from g3rd0. He's going to be picking up his Bombo's medallion as mkosler is activating his flute. And it seems like g3rd0 is going to do the Zora play right now, probably checking Hobo. Well, maybe checking Hobo, probably will be checking out Lake Hylia Island and then go over maybe to Hobo and then Zora, or not check Hobo and then go. Well, he's going to Hobo and then probably flute over back and go check the Zora area. And we find the first glove upgrade over at the Hobo. I did not catch back of Sahasrara's closet. Let's see, just a piece of card in that first one and $50. Mkosler is doing the rescuing the old man right now. And $20 on the ledge, and he does not have the money to go and get the Zora item. And g3rd0 is going towards the Eastern Palace and probably checking Sahasrara's closet. And 10 arrows inside Spectacle Rock with $50 on top. Making the big drop over towards the bottom and then hook shotting over the broken bridge. And there was not much to be said about Sahasrara's closet. It wasn't that useful, those items. And I think g3rd0 is going towards Death Mountain right now. Yeah. Also saving the old man right now, which I'd say if you want to learn a dark room, this one is saving the old man is one of the first people learn, as if you have something to guide you a bit, it's not that hard. Just be careful for that one pit that's right in front of you. And we find the Moon Pearl in combination with the gloves. We just need the hammer. Oh, and there's Mirror, so we can go into Tower of Hera right now. And hello, Neon Tiger. Thank you for joining me today.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.
So this is a second match. The first one was just before here. And we found the... Well, the one difference is gloves, which were at the Hobo.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, the Hobo actually, a race I commentated, I think it was Saturday, we had a Hobo check that had a sword, and that was almost a game breaker, but it ended up being not as big of a deal as it was in the end. It was a pretty good race. Oh, there's silvers.
And there's a second bottle for mkosler. opting to save and quit, and he might go towards Mountain Cave again to go into Tower of Hera.
Yes, indeed. So we are looking at finishing up the east part of Death Mountain here. Moon Pearl. Ooh, that's a good find.
Just a hammer away from known dark mode.
Indeed, so that will be very nice if either of the runners are able to find a hammer here very quickly. g3rd0 obviously having that Moon Pearl is going to be very useful. It looks like I would assume mkosler is going to head on over there as well at some point. Maybe not at the start here. Might peek into Tower of Hera.
And mkosler's picking up that $50.
We're going to get to see what's in the basement here at Tower of Hera. It's going to be the map, so mkosler are going to mirror on out, and we'll get to see what's in the chest here at the start. Small key, big key. Let's gamble. Oh, it's a big key.
Well, if the odds are, in my opinion, bigger to be the big key, as if it's the small key, then the big key has to be down, and if it's the big key, the small key can still be in every other location.
Absolutely. It's not a lot nicer to have that big key there, because, you know, maybe the small key is locked downstairs in the basement. Don't have to worry about it. If you get the small key, it means you're going downstairs for a coffee break, and it's just time you don't want to spend down there to get an item that you know you need.
And speaking of it, there's the hammer. So we have dark mode, except it's split between the two runners.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll figure it out very soon here. And there's a second item, so that small key completely irrelevant now.
And the only thing the small key could be locking is itself or the compass.
And we're going to say hello to our old friend Moldorm. Hello, Moldorm. How are you doing?
I'm wondering how long it will take before mkosler is going to check Hobo.
Well, I would assume we might get a check if mkosler goes and covers all of East Death Mountain after this with that hammer. We might get a bunch of checks over there. I assume we'll get a Hobo check right before he's going to consider going to Aga.
Well, with these items, I'm just realizing we're a cane and a glove. Oh, well, there's cane.
Cane.
And just another glove upgrade away from being able to complete T-Rock, Turtle Rock. So that could be nice.
Yes, indeed, and that means that we are a book or a second lift upgrade away from having that Cane of Samaria.
And after that, we just only need the bow and maybe one of the other medallions. Wait, is it possible for a C to be caneless? You need it for
Yes,
Mire
you would-
and
you would
Turtle
need it-
Rock.
You need a specific setup for that as far as what dungeons you have. Fire and Turtle Rock cannot be those, and the key would not be on the right side of Ganon's Tower. I think if you meet all of those requirements, you don't need a Cane of Samaria for that. Oh, we're getting a check here from g3rd0.
Mire is not necessary, Turtle Rock is, and Palace of Darkness is the other medallion. No, wait, no medallion. What am I saying? Pendant.
Don't worry, I get it mixed up all the time too. I'll be talking about like, oh, he's got Bombo's pendant, no medallion.
And if I saw correctly, I thought I saw a red crystal over on Swamp, but I did not catch the other red
I think
crystal.
so. I think it's at Swamp and Ice. I'm not totally certain on that, but I was taking a look at the other ones, and I didn't see any red crystals at Skull Woods, Thieves Town, and if you didn't see one at Turtle Rock, then that would be the only two places that those reds can be. And g3rd0, unfortunately, having to go through the right side room to get that key.
And mkosler's going to pick up his glove upgrade right here.
Absolutely, that's going to be very nice when he finds that.
Interesting to see where he will go first.
Will be very interesting to see this as well, because he's going to get his flute out. I bet he's going to go to Kakariko, maybe? Or are we going to see a Drip the 4? So that's going to be the Swamp Palace entrance. The Swamp entrance here for the Dark World. So I bet we're going to see a Head Cave in just a moment.
And we could completely finish Swamp Palace right now.
That's true. We do have all of the required items for that, so... And indeed, 5 and 6 red crystals are going to be hanging out at Swamp Palace and Ice Palace.
Well, if we are following the game's order of the crystals, we should be going into Turtle Rock first.
What is order?
Well, the first crystal is, and we have the Titan's Mitts. So
making a wise call and a quake there too, so that could be important.
Well, we have Cane of Samaria access, so we have Turtle Rock access.
That we do, unless it's Ether Medallion, in which case we're still looking for Ether.
And since Eastern is a crystal, we do need the bow.
Right.
So we are a bow and possibly Ether away from go mode. Just barely under 30 minutes in.
Boy, this is a rapid seed. Now, logically, we would also need the lamp, but that being said, I would expect g3rd0 and mkosler, based on what I've seen from them before and what I know about them, they're both going to be able to do the Dark Rooms in Eastern Palace. They don't need the lamp. So logically, the game says you need the lamp, but skill-wise, these guys don't need it. They're gonna be quite all right. And yeah, Chad pointing out we may need the boots if we've got a Boots Lock Desert Palace or a Boots Lock GT Big Key.
And g3rd0 has just finished up his Muffler fight for just $1. Well, taking down a muff for $1, depends on how big that muff is.
Yeah, I think you can get some better extermination rates elsewhere. So Link kind of got screwed a little bit there.
Well, I'd also say if you are an exterminator and you want to kill a moth, I'd say if someone hires you, determine the price up front and not see what you get afterwards.
Right. That's a good point. Though, interestingly enough, Moth being... Is Moth a bug type for sure? Is he a grass type? That would make sense with the fire weakness.
He might also be a flying type.
That's true, too.
But we have... there are some weird things, so it could also be a flying fire type.
Flying, fire, psychic, ghost.
Fire, wait, no. Flying grass type.
Anyways, coasts are having a brief pause here for a moment, looks like.
He might have a... Oh, wait. I thought he might have had a bathroom break.
No, it doesn't look like it. I think he was just trying to think about something, maybe marking something on the tracker real quick. And we've got Bumper Cave with a meal upgrade there. And of course, with Kosler, we got to see one of the true bosses of the game. Not Ganon, but Menu Time.
I always lose to that boss. I can't get through it.
Kosler's going to go ahead and skip the left side here of Swamp Palace. And Gerdo's going to go into Thieves Town here, so we get to check a couple of different locations. And actually going to go ahead and clear out the rest of the Village Outcasts.
I have not been keeping count of the items inside of Swamp Palace, but I know we've seen already 3 of them.
I believe so. I think we've seen 3, and I think we've also seen the map. I'm not certain on that. Haven't seen the big key yet. That's some bombs there.
It's saying maybe for bomb threats, even though it might not be ideal.
So with the counting here, we should have 2 more items that are hanging out here. One on Argus and one on somewhere else. And then we've got the big key and the compass, and that should be the 4 items that haven't been checked yet.
We have left side, we have Argus, and we have the big key chest.
Correct.
Big chest.
And in theory, big chest could have the key locked inside of it, so it may even be a location we don't need to check here. While we're making progress.
I've never seen that before, but on mkosler's side, he just grabbed a puff and it got sucked back inside of the ring as Mafia. I'm on a roll today. As Argus swung his puffs around.
Indeed, and Gerdo picking up the big key and then a big 20 in the final 2 front chests of Thieves Town. Well, Kosler is now through and on to the next stage of, gonna use the fire rod. That's a good choice there. Don't miss the first shot. Got that one. And should have 1 or 2 more. There we go.
What?
There's the big key.
We get a big key for exterminating. What is it?
Argus.
Yeah, but what would it be in, if you'd say it's a bug or something?
Argus is kind of like a jelly. He's kind of like an invertebrate. He's like a jellyfish kind of thingy.
And we will be seeing if we need another medallion right here. Well, we've got the Meyer medallion, it was Quake.
Indeed. And we've got the Meyer access tool as well on the ledge there, the Canis Maria. And while Kosler's going to go ahead and open up the chest there. Gerdo didn't find anything really of value in the upstairs chest in Thieves Town, so we'll continue on.
And we're getting a checkerboard cave check from mkosler. Will it be a board?
I always like this play because there's a lot of value here. Oh, it's just a red meringue. But Checkerboard Cave tends to be a location that has a lot of value. When it has something that's really important to go check.
Well, that cave is making me bored.
And oh, there's the blue mail, so we know where both mail upgrades are. And Kozler can go ahead and kill that vulture and pick up a Cane of Samaria.
So right now we're just on a hunt for the bow, maybe Ether and maybe Boots. Or any of the fetch quest items.
Yes, indeed. Definitely a lot of ways that this seed can still send our runners. Can absolutely send them sideways for, you know, a good 20 minutes here. Oh, and we are boots locked. So, boots locked Desert Palace.
So we definitely need boots.
Yes, indeed. We just went from boots being a maybe item to being, oh yeah, you gotta go get them. Good luck of finding them somewhere.
And a really nice fight from g3rd0 staying on script. And for exterminating a person who's blind and can't be in sunlight, we get $300. That's a bit more than just a moth.
Yeah, it's 300 moths. Meanwhile, Kozler finding both items in Desert Palace gets the bombs in the first chest. Big key chest is going to have the Master Sword upgrade, which is a must-have because we're going to need those for the Ganon fight coming up here. Got to have at least the Master Sword to do any kind of damage to Ganon.
I believe we're getting a digging game check from g3rd0 right here, and he might head over to K45 Stumpy and then do Hype Cave to get his Quake Medallion and Titan Smiths.
Indeed, looks like it's just a routing choice there to do that stuff later rather than do it at the start like Kozler did, but getting a piece of heart there from the digging game, so not a whole lot. We'll get to see what else is hanging out here in the way to Hype Cave.
It might be just what we're looking for, bow and boots.
I would be shocked if that's the case, but only because Stumpy, I always joke that Stumpy likes to let me down whenever I think it's going to be something of value. Stumpy doesn't have it until the one time I think no, and then Stumpy has it, so.
Let's see. Oh, and we need bombos for Turtle Rock, so no need for Ether.
Indeed. And we're actually going to see Kozler go into Turtle Rock. I think this is a good play. He's got everything he needs to get through, so no reason not to go in there.
I think he's going to check Death Mountain.
Ah, gotcha. That makes more sense. Just going to open it up there, I guess. So I was going to say, no reason not to go in there unless you want to save it for last, because it's the easiest way to get to GT.
And there's the Titan Smith for g3rd0.
Oh! Meanwhile, Kozler has found the boots and a Tempered Sword upgrade. So yeah, we're now just bow mode away. We are in bow mode at this point, looking for just the bow to get ourselves into go mode here. At just under 40 minutes. Wow, this is super quick.
Very interesting to see. g3rd0 is going into Swamp Palace right here. And there's the cape, which we know isn't needed unless we have something in Spike Cave, but we have Cane of Burna for that, so...
I think Kozler's going to go ahead and go into Turtle Rock here. That's
good choice.
I like this, yeah. You're up here. You're up here, you may as well do it.
And he can full clear it.
I know a lot of runners want to say, well, I can save it until, I want to save it till the end if I can, but, you know, you can do this now, you still don't have the bow. Maybe the bow's in here somewhere. Getting the big key out of that first little chest there, but you know, do what you can when you can do it, rather than trying to do dungeons in a certain order, because you're still missing that bow, which means you're still waiting on getting to Eastern Palace.
I'm interested to see that if he finds the bow, if he will go straight and go all the way go mode everything and just not worry about the lamp.
That could definitely be the case here. So we will have to see how that all turns out.
Just 2 small keys in that rotor room in Turtle Rock, so there is not technically a need to kill the stacked enemy here, but just might as well. It's a free key.
The worst news for Kozler right now is if somehow, I think, if somehow the bow shows up somewhere over here on the left side, g3rd0 checks it and Kozler doesn't.
And we have found the 3rd bottle in this seed. That's a very funny bunny sprite from mkosler.
Here's the lamp. Hi, lamp. So, the logic dictated that we weren't going to find the bow before getting all the stuff to get into Turtle Rock, because logically it wants you to, the game wants you to have the lamp going into it. But I think that's, if you're a Kozler and you see that there, you probably know that the bow is not, you haven't missed it yet if you've followed the progression.
And he's not go moding the dungeon further. Obviously, we still need the bow, so I wouldn't either.
Yeah, because it's a it's an almost essential item for the end game here. It's absolutely needed because, well, you could, if you really wanted to do it, you could try and do Eastern Palace with like the boomerang or something like that, and you can try and do Swordsman's Silverless on Ganon, but I would not advise that. Oh, actually, you do need it because you need it to get past the red Igors. That's right. So you can't even get to Armos Knights without it.
Just 2 more item just 1, no wait, 5 more item locations in Turtle Rock, the 4 on Laser Bridge and the 1 on Trinax. Indeed.
So 5 more things to find. They're not all going to be items, but we get to see here if this is going to be, if this is not a key, it's magic powder. So there is a key hanging out on Laser Bridge that Kozler's going to have to go grab.
Well, I was wrong. 6 item locations. I forgot that chest. And g3rd0 did do left side swamp, and I believe mkosler did not.
Correct.
So,
and the bow is not there, so there's the map and the compass. 2 more to go. One of them's a key, one of them's going to be an. There's the key. And I think Kozler's going to check this just to make sure it's not the bow. It is a heart, and he's at 2 hearts. Ooh. But he's got the powder. That's the good thing. He's got the powder, so... He's gonna go ahead probably and fill up here with some stuff. He's got the powder, so... If you want to powder those anti-fairies, you can absolutely do it. And get some hearts out of it.
And mkosler is heading up to his Trinex fight as g3rd0 is just busy with his Argus fight.
Yes, indeed. So, we got that in the making here. So Kosler just gotta be careful here. Watch these head strikes from the main Trinex body. Doing all right. Now we just gotta get the snake taken care of.
Let's see what we get to for exterminating the rock snake.
Oh, ether. We don't need it for anything, but that's where that is. That answers that question. So the question, where are the boots and the other swords? The boots and one sword upgrade are in Super Bunny Cave. The second sword upgrade is going to be in the big key chest in Desert Palace.
And mkosler's going into Spike Cave, I reckon.
Correct. Because it's the last spot to check on Death Mountain. You might as well check it now. If it has something of value, you want it taken care of right this instant. If it doesn't, oh well. It's a loose square on your tracker map that's been taken care of. And you wait, yeah, you only spent 30 seconds for that peace of mind.
Just a piece of heart.
Ooh, g3rd0's thinking nice palace, it looks like.
Well, we have all the items. It's really fast to go mode, but I mean, we're just looking for one item right now. It could be almost anywhere, but it cannot be on the pedestal.
Correct.
mkosler with the boots, checking all these boots locations.
And yeah, thankfully Pod being a pendant dungeon precludes that as a possibility because of the fact that you need the bow to be able to get to Homostor King in the first place. So we're kind of seeing something I think really interesting here as far as route choices. Kosler seems to be checking overworld locations, while g3rd0 seems to be going into dungeons and completing them, even full clearing them, possibly. Just 100 rupees there on Lumberjack Ledge, but interesting to see this. So g3rd0 is doing more full clears of dungeons, looking for items. Kosler seems to be sticking to checking some of these loosely located overworld locations. Kosler might be going into Village of Outcasts, Skull Woods, and Thieves Town at the moment.
Well, they are two crystals, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense to go up to Skull Woods, then wrap back around to do Village of Outcasts and Thieves Town.
And there goes mkosler for his guaranteed small key.
Indeed, Gyro going through the, like they call it, the hookshot room in Ice Palace there, because you need the hookshot unless you can do the really difficult bomb jump across the gap.
I've seen someone place a bomb accidentally instead of hammering right there in the room g3rd0 is in, and it killed the skeleton as it just dropped down. And there is our 4th bottle of this seed.
Well, at least we're getting a whole bunch of bottles, so that will be very nice if they decide to stop by the potion shop before the Ganon fight.
That is at least the 2nd item inside Ice Palace, and if I'm not mistaken, Ice Palace has only 2 or 3 items.
Ice Palace does have 3 items, so...
One is just missing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like g3rd0 is beelining it straight towards Gold Stair. So I guess he already found all 3 items.
So we've got g3rd0 going ahead and take care of Cold Stare. Mkosler picking up that single rupee for the successful moth extermination, and g3rd0 has taken down the big eyeball. Just getting the key.
And mkosler got his $1 for that moth.
Little itty bitty tiny refund.
And I believe... Wait, where is g3rd0 going? Is he going to check Pyramid and going to catfish?
I think he might be going to check Pyramid. He's got the 5-6 crystals taken care of now, so that opens up the Pyramid Fairy.
If the bow is not here at the pyramid, where would you be guessing that it is?
Well, we can do a little bit of process of elimination here and start to think about where it might be, based on what we've seen and what we haven't seen. Alright, let's check first. Nope. Well, we know it's not in Thieves Town, which is where Kosler is right now. We know it's not in Skull Woods, which both runners have been to. We know it's not in Ice Palace, unless somehow we've all missed an item that was picked up. Let's see, Misery Mire? Could be within Misery Mire's confines, it's a possibility. Could be somewhere within Pod that's not bow locked. If the dungeon itself is not bow locked, it could actually be further within Palace of Darkness. That'd be pretty mean. No, it's not Desert Palace, so
could also be in Eastern itself, like Vanilla. That could be really annoying, as I think the runners will probably skip it until it is almost certain it's there.
Yeah, since that's the only dungeon you really need it for, you might as well. Oh, there's literacy on the fish. Fish will teach you how to read.
Well, that's in wet book. I don't think we could read a lot of the text that's still in there. The ink has probably been smudged all around.
It's gonna go up to Zora. But look, I know there's an old saying that, you know, if you teach a man the fish, you know, what if the fish teaches the man to read? What does that do for him? Does that make him be able to eat forever, or?
Well, if one can fish, they eat forever, and the fish giving books, they can read forever.
They can prepare some nice succulent dishes.
If the fish are holding cookbooks for fish, that would just be weird. And
the fish are holding cookbooks for like cows and stuff. Just like, yeah, cows are great. Don't eat fish. So Gerdo is going to go over, and I believe we'll pick up Candace Maria and all of the wonderful checks here in the desert region.
That's an interesting sprite with Blue Mill from mkosler's side.
It's just a little sad.
Or it's just suddenly become really cool. Like, it's good it's good.
Yeah,
it's
good
good
oh, go ahead, sorry.
It's good protection, but it's really cold. Like, it lets through a lot of wind.
Good point. Now we can finally both make our jokes. I was gonna say that maybe Kosler's had one too many snozberries.
Wait, you know how people just say the free bombs look like blueberries?
Mm-hmm.
He's the big blueberry.
Ah, that's a good point. Big scary blueberry. So
Wait.
Unfortunately, finding out that the boots are required here.
And if the bombs are blueberries, what is the super bomb then? That big bomb. It's red, so it's
Cherry.
a strawberry?
Giant cherry. It is the giant cherry on top of our fun sundae. That is Rando. And Gergo probably can go check checkerboard cave here. Then he'll have some choices to make after this one.
Does he want that red boomerang?
No. I could answer that question before we even went in there. No. He does not want that red boomerang. And the fetch quests begin for Kosler, starting with Jeremiah.
Does Jeremiah sound like he has a bow?
I don't know. That's a good point.
He does have 2 arms, so he can operate the bow.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like he'd much rather use his tongue to get more distant targets.
Interesting. So Kozler's going to go ahead and do the powder bat real quick here, and then do the turn-in. So we won't get to see the chest right away.
Let's see what we are getting cursed with today.
Just a little bit of love. Meanwhile, Gerdo's going to go over to Super Bunny Cave. We'll pick up those boots and the tempered sword, so that will be a very welcome sight.
Let's see, will this be the bow? No, it does not. They are not hammering a bow into existence.
So they are not the bowsmiths that we expected them to be. Actually, Kozler doing a very good job there of remembering to leave that portal so that he could get back there with the hammer. And away we go. So we will get a purple chest check.
Will we get a bow with our lunch? Imagine going into school and opening up your lunchbox and see your mom has packed you a bow.
Nope, we're gonna get some butter though. Whole lot of butter in sword form. So Gerdo gonna go ahead and open up Turtle Rock. So I assume Kozler's gonna go over the graveyard ledge here in just a moment. We're gonna get the check on Kozler's side. We're gonna get a check of Bumper Cave. Yep, will just be the mail upgrade, so he'll skip that. Gerdo opening up Turtle Rock. Will he jump inside? Yes. Kozler did indeed finish Turtle Rock, so he's got that completed and out of the way. Is the bow up here? And if not, boy, we're starting to run out of locations where it could be if it's not here. No, it's just 5 bomb upgrade.
We have Desert Palace, we have Mystery Mire, and we have
It's got to be Misery Mire or Vanilla Eastern Palace at this point. We've got the 2 items at Desert Palace, so we know it's not there. We've seen Tower of Hera, it's not there. Could be in Palace of Darkness too.
could also be on either tablet or the Xbox or at the Mushroom.
Right, those are all actually good points too. So it could be at the end of a fetch quest on a tablet or inside of a dungeon, but we're starting to run out of pure checkable overworld locations at this point.
Mkosler also might head back into Swamp for the left side.
Might. He's got the book too, so that will, for both of our runners now having tablets opened up.
And Gerdo's going to be picking up his lamp. Interesting to see the lamp above all that lava. Might this lamp be powered with lava?
It might. I mean, it's not the most efficient way to do it, but it could be.
Also very dangerous.
I would say so.
It must also be really hot inside those tubes. Probably hotter than when you are in the London tubes in a hot summer day.
Oh, I can imagine. Probably a little bit warmer. That lava there tends to get pretty warm when you have molten rock beneath your feet.
And mkosler's heading into Swamp Palace. As version 29 often is, it's a hunt for that last item. And really, it happens a lot. So, yeah. Here we fought thinking it would be a quick seed, and then we are just missing the bow. Oh, and now we can also see on mkosler's side if g3rd0 left an item in Ice Palace.
Yes, indeed. And for g3rd0's sake, I hope it's not the bow. That would be really bad.
Do you think g3rd0 will go ahead and check Tower of Hera after this?
You know, at this point, I think you're looking for an item more than you're looking for a dungeon to complete, and so I think yes, especially because it's the green pendant too. You know, you want to kind of cover your bases with all these small little possible places that it could be.
And mkosler getting that bomb jump. He probably practiced it a bit with the boost fight.
Yeah, very nicely done. And g3rd0 picking up the map and the compass, so everything is done on Lazy Bridge. Just time to go beat Trinex.
And I completely forgot to count items inside Ice Palace. Even though I told myself we could count things, I forgot to count.
It happens. But getting a check here real quick.
Really nice, quick first cycle from g3rd0. That is one item that I know is in Ice Palace, and we still have the bottle up top, so that's two. And that's three.
Yep, so we are good to go on Ice Palace not having the item that we need. You would have to think at this point that this will be a check of all these locations remaining on top of Death Mountain for g3rd0, if only because of the fact that, yeah, we're going to start with Tablet check, and then into Tower of Hera probably after that, maybe into Spike Cave. If only because you're an item away from go mode, and you don't really need to go into a crystal dungeon to complete it at this point. And if it's in Eastern Palace, you're just gonna go in there anyways.
I'm really thinking it's in Mystery Mire right now.
Yeah, those trying to check on the tracker, maybe thinking is Turtle Rock covered? It is. There's a lot of black space on that marker, and plus you have a gray colored boss. So both runners do indeed have that marked. It can be sometimes hard to see because there's not a whole lot to see there too. So.
And mkosler is now done with this very quick Ice Palace kill. Ice Palace kill. Wow, I'm on a roll today.
He killed the whole palace. That is really impressive.
He's the best exterminator of them all.
So Kosler's got a decision to make at this point.
Mystery Mire or Eastern Palace.
I think it's got to be mine. No, he's going to. Oh no, he's going to do. He's going to go do the pyramid stuff now.
Yeah. At first I was thinking, oh wait, he might be going to check Bombo's medallion, but pyramid stuff makes more sense. Well, he's checking Bombo's medallion. Tablet.
I can check Bombos too. That's a good call. Getting these checks in all at once.
Well, he can full clear Desert Palace as well, so he might enter Desert Palace right now.
Yeah, even without the possibility, you know, he could have did it, but I guess not. Still looking for that bow. Because I was about to say, even though there's nothing left in there for Kosler to do, or for g3rd0 for that matter, if you wanted to complete it just now, get that off your mind while you go check other stuff. It's not a bad decision.
mkosler is going to check K45 and Stumpy right now.
Meanwhile, g3rd0 checking the Graveyard Ledge, which we know is not the answer.
Pod has 5 item locations available. Mystery Mire has 2. Pyramid has 3 at the moment. Where would you check? I think just because Palace of Darkness has more items, I'd go to Palace of Darkness.
I think I might do that as well.
And it's really easily done with this pyramid check as well. If Shuffle was in Eastern Palace big chest and Shuffle led to Bow, would you still call that vanilla or not?
Vanilla dungeon, I would say yes. Not vanilla location, obviously, if it's not in that big chest.
And and mkosler is checking out Palace of Darkness. It's a quick check as well, like if it's bow locked, you know the bow can't be in Palace of Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And I think while he's here, if he full clears it or finds all the items, I think he'll go to Eastern Palace and check if bow is in there. And Palace of Darkness was not bow locked, so bow can still be somewhere in here.
Mm-hmm. Definitely could be a g3rd0 going to check Mambo Salad now.
Let's see if g3rd0 is going to go and clear Desert Palace while he's here. Dodging that bird. Well, he's going to Palace of Darkness as well. This will be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I were right there at Bomber's Medallion, I'd go into the Desert Palace. I can full clear it, it's a crystal, so I'd need to go back there anywho. So I think it's faster to go there right now, right then.
Mm-hmm.
And still no sign of a bow. Just 3 more locations to check. Oh, well, wait. mkosler's leaving. Did he get all 5 items? Oh, chat's pointing out maze is locked.
Ah, indeed, maze is locked, so guess we're gonna see a play into Eastern Palace here. Both runners kind of on each other's tails at this point. First item's gonna be a little bit of love.
Just 1 more item location left in Eastern Palace. If it's the bow, we are in go mode, and mkosler has a small lead of like 3 minutes, I'd say. And that's a big key. That is not our second item.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, that's the map.
Yep.
So we have 2 dungeon items, 1 normal item, and we will get another item check from the big chest here. And that's a second item. So we have 1 more chest 2 more locations, 1 chest and
It's-
1 on the boss.
It's gotta be in this chest. It can't be on the boss. It's gotta be here, or it's not in this not in Eastern Palace at all.
And g3rd0's just following in mkosler's footsteps.
So let's see. We got a bow in Eastern Palace, or are we going elsewhere? We're going elsewhere.
Oh my, it's probably in Meyer. Like, I don't know where else it would be right now.
I can't think of anything else either. It's got to be in Misery Mire. And that is advantage Kosler at this point.
Gotta kill that murder dactyl. Nice. With Quake, it doesn't get stopped and you will get damaged.
Indeed.
And just to say for chat, Ether tablet has been checked. It is not the bow. Really nice room there from mkosler.
Yes, indeed. Doing a pretty good job here. Getting through everything without hassle.
Let's see. Oftentimes Meyer is a god Meyer if we're still looking for an item. Will this be a god Meyer or not?
I don't know. We'll see. Not yet. Now, it could be any number of locations, and even though g3rd0 seems to be behind at this point, could very well make up some time if there's a whole bunch of chests that Kosler checks that have absolutely nothing in them, and g3rd0 makes a routing choice that turns out to be, there's the bow!
Oh my lord. That's go mode from mkosler right there.
Indeed, go mode at 1 hour 23 minutes.
He's going to the side to mirror and go straight. Get that big key, get out, and get then Moda's done. Then straight to Eastern Palace.
Absolutely, I think that's 100% the correct call to make here, because you have a dungeon that you can complete right this very instant, and all you gotta do is just go pick up the big key and mirror out. You know, yeah, go do it. You're here.
And g3rd0 did not opt to kill that murder dactyl, so he took some damage.
Indeed, this is gonna be a close race, though. Very, very close race between the two of them.
They already had one tie. Then the last race right before this one, g3rd0 won, so this might be going to game 4.
Yes, indeed.
This is a really good matchup right here.
Yeah, these two runners, very, very closely matched at this point. So I would say give them both a follow. They're both very, very talented randomizer runners. Can't go wrong with following either of them.
And g3rd0's summoning the chest and getting his go mode bow. Really nice land mode spike from mkosler right there. Let's see if g3rd0 can get this as fast as well. It's all about execution right now. and mkosler's outside at 1:25:20. Let's see the difference once g3rd0 gets outside. Getting that hook speed, so it's really spin speed. I'm sorry, and going straight towards the boss. This is such a close race.
Yes, indeed.
It's already 1 minute later from g3rd0. I suspect it will be a 2-minute lead from mkosler right here.
I think that's probably a pretty good bet. But even that's absolutely not a safe lead. Anything that close is not a safe lead at all, especially with the game this tower still to come up here.
And it is 1 minute and 47 seconds hand clocked the lead from mkosler. That's all time that could be gone within one cannon fall.
Or, you know, several small errors here and there, just with execution. Just chewing away at time, possibly.
Really quick fight for mkosler right there. And mkosler is heading up Death Mountain towards that tower of that fall beast. But since we're not on a speed gaming channel, we cannot play the game officially, but if you want to, you can just throw your number in chat. It's between 1 and 22 where the big key could be of Ganon's Tower. And if you guess it right, you have my eternal gratitude and everything. Like, if you want a hug, come and get it if you want it. What item are you guessing? What item? Wow. What location or number will you be guessing today, Neon?
I'm gonna go ahead and say 12. I like to guess 12. How about you, my friend?
I always say either 11 or 13, so I'm all about to go. The price is right on you, so I'm gonna stick with 13 for today.
All right. So I think we got it covered if it's in if it's in the traditional location somewhere in randomizer room.
And we are getting a right side check first. Well, we find half magic. That's always welcome.
Absolutely. Always nice to find that in your run. And we're gonna get a full right side check here. No tile room at the moment.
Well, full right side check -1. We're not getting a tile room check right now.
Right.
And that is item number 3, number 4. And it is not right side unless it is on entire room. It could all get decided by g3rd0 going left side first and sticking to left side.
Could certainly be the case.
And 1 through 7 isn't right, so it's seeming to be, the chances are small that I'll be winning over you.
Yeah, but depending, g3rd0's gonna go way to the right side here. Probably will do the right side check upon finding that key, so I'm not gonna make up a lot of time here.
And it is not in either 1 through 11 chests.
Well, I got a firebar room apparently, so yeah, I don't think either of us are gonna end up with this. Nope. Well,
Unless you can use those 10 extra bombs you can suddenly carry to blow up that door.
So here's number 13 in the fire snake room. Nope. Well, let's at least see if it's going to be in randomizer room. Maybe I got the location right, just the number wrong.
Let's see.
There's one. There's number rando 2 room. There it is.
It's number 16.
16. Oh boy.
And the closest guess I can see is from Genichi, who guessed number 17.
Our tracker, Arboritic, guessed 16, so congratulations.
Oh yeah, right. I'm sorry.
Also, shout outs to Genichi for guessing 17. That was really close. And it could have been 17, in fact, if Kozler had opened the bottom chest first and saved that top right one for the last reveal. So if you guess in that randomizer room 14 through 17, I would say go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back. You got the location right, and that's generally more important than, you know, what order they open the chest in.
Well, the location is always going to be the same, but the number is always going to be varied depending on how the runner goes.
Yes, indeed. So, g3rd0 on the way to getting the key, as Kozler is now very nicely working through Gauntlet here.
It certainly is going to look like we're getting a game 4 in this matchup.
Yeah, it's starting to look like it, but plenty of time still to climb, plenty of things still to do here. We are by no means out of the woods yet on this thing coming down to being a tie.
Really nice land molest too from mkosler right there.
Absolutely. g3rd0 now going to take care of the gorillas. Super clean here from Kozler. Wonderfully done. And we're almost to good old Moldorm, Part 2.
And there's nothing mkosler would want to get before, like right now, as he already has his butter sword, he has silver arrows, he has the hookshot to get across this gap, and he has full half magic, so why would you want more if it's not gonna be necessary, so I'm not gonna check those last 2 chests.
Well, the only reason you could check those chests for the memes. But on the 7th floor now, and g3rd0 not too far behind. As we get a good look here at the Aga 2 fight, starting off with a single reflection, gonna get a nice chance to get a double here. Very nicely done. Here's another one. And another nice double there from Kosler, finishing up the Aga 2 fight. Super clean, super well done.
Getting a 1-2, 1-2, so even that is really nice and synchronized.
Absolutely.
g3rd0's picking up that full magic refill right there, and also probably not gonna check those last 2 chests.
Probably not. And Kosler, you think you're so smart? I bet you didn't know you can't hum while holding your nose closed.
Kosler dropped into his Ganon fight at 1:37:51.
Oh yeah, Ganon, I'll show you. He's kind of right.
And mkosler is in the 3rd phase right here.
Very quickly getting through here. g3rd0 still working on getting through Aga 2. Finally does it. And no torch glitch today, but that's fine. Don't really need it. Oh, much for a triple.
Getting a double.
But that should do it. That should do it for Kosler.
That is it. Unless he's falling off right here, he should be fine right now.
Yes, indeed. Just needs to not fall through the bridge. But boy, this was close. And ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a Game 4 coming up to a randomizer channel near you between Kosler and g3rd0. The value, you're getting lots of value from these two going at it in the first round here of the bracket. So get those GGs in chat, everybody, for mkosler, finishing up with a time. I don't think it's the official SRTV time, but an on-screen time of 1:39:15. So
his official SRTV time is, believe it or not, 1 hour, 39 minutes, and 15 seconds.
Ah, very nice. So timed it up nice and even there. But indeed, wonderfully done. I think we'll get Kosler in here in just a moment as g3rd0 finishes up phase 3 of Ganon fight. Did you find the arrows in Death Mountain? Sure did.
That is one hit and not getting Torch Glitch, but having that half magic doesn't really matter.
Nope, I think he's setting up the double here to finish it off.
Or not.
Or nope, just gonna take it nice and easy.
And that is his 4th and last hit.
Indeed. Boy. That was a seed.
Put your GGs in chat for g3rd0 as well. Also finishing with an amazing time. As g3rd0 walks through the door, his official SRTV time is 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 50 seconds. his timer is 1 second away from his official time.
That's very nicely done. So yeah, let's spam those GGs in chat for g3rd0 as well. That was a really close race, about 90 seconds apart. I don't think, after an hour and a half of playing, to be that close at the end is incredibly difficult to kind of sync that up like that. So both these runners playing great rando today.
Have they already scheduled a potential 4th match? I don't know, but I'll go check it out real quick.
Yeah, we can check that for you real quick. Yeah, I believe we have mkosler and g3rd0 in the room now. So GG's to both of you. Congratulations on the run.
Thanks.
So how are you guys both feeling after that one?
Exhausted. It's been a lot of rando today.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of doing multiple races a day, but it wasn't really another choice.
Didn't really have a choice today, having to do that tiebreaker from the very first race.
Yeah.
So Bo being the go mode item for both of you, especially with how generous this seed was to start with. What did you guys think of that early start where you were just a couple items away at like 35 minutes for being in go mode? Did you think this was like an exceptionally fast seed, or were you a little worried perhaps that there's too much stuff here at the start, something's going to come up and be a pain in the butt to find?
I knew it was going to be a needle in a haystack, because I think we'd been talking about it a little bit in the 15 minutes of silence, but I ended up getting the mitts super early compared to g3rd0, so I had like nearly every single thing in the world to comb through to try to find. At that point, it was just, okay, maybe it's just Bo, and then it became Boots as well. But yeah, that kind of seed's a nightmare seed to me.
Yeah, same pretty much. Like, this didn't really stick out to me as a fast seed even early on. Like, if you get a lot of stuff early, that generally does not mean that a seed is going to be fast.
Yeah, you have to just God vision lucky, and then your opponent, you're just thinking, oh god, my opponent found it. Oh, they're going to be ahead of me by like 20 minutes. Oh jeez.
Also, we were talking about the possibility of Turtle Rock being that the #1 crystal, about entering Turtle Rock before any other crystal dungeon, and it was nearly done so as well. But both of you went into a dungeon before that. Like, mkosler went into a swamp before, and g3rd0 got into Hera before that, I think.
I think Turtle Rock was my 5th crystal dungeon.
Yeah, I completed Swamp, and then I went into Desert Palace, saw that I was boots locked, took the cane from there, and then went up to TR. So it was my 2nd, I think. Well, I did Tower of Hera. It was my 2nd crystal. I did Tower of Hera before either of those.
Also, going into that 4th matchup, like tying the first match, now with the match before here, g3rd0 winning, and now mkosler winning. What are you thinking? Will that 4th seed be a hell seed or a really nice, straightforward, linear seed?
We'll see. I mean, the tied match was extremely linear, and obviously we played that basically the same. Well, I mean, we tied, and then the one before this, which I don't know if y'all were the commentators or not. g3rd0 made some nice plays bailing out of a couple dungeons early that I didn't, and I acted like an idiot at some point. And then here, when we had Needle in a Haystack, it was still just over a minute apart. So regardless of what it throws at me, I think we're pretty well stacked up to each other.
Yeah, definitely. Like, the thing that set you two apart, I think, in my opinion, with this seed, was mkosler, you getting the boots fairly early on, and g3rd0, you having them like 20 minutes later. I think that was what set you apart the most.
Yeah, I went to Dark Death Mountain pretty late. That's true.
Also really fun to see the hammer in Tower of Hera, and then that opening up Eastern Death Mountain where you find the mirror.
I did it the other way around.
Yeah, we had a hook shot that led us to mirror led us to Tower of Hera, hammer led us to Dark World.
Oh yeah, right, I'm sorry. So, do any of you have some general thoughts about this seed?
Not really. Like, it was kind of a standard seed. Like, I'm pretty used to most seeds being like this, where you eventually are just looking for one item in 1,000 places, you know?
Yeah, it was a very V29. Tons of stuff in the first few spheres, and then you're just, like I said, needle in a haystack.
Yeah, it seems to be the way V29 likes to have it happen nowadays. But you guys have one more game to play against each other. It's going to be hopefully the decider, and we won't have any more ties, and we'll be playing Game 5.
Nah, infinite matches. We're gonna tie every one after this.
Well, we'll just be doing commentary through like December for the tournament then. Well, we're on game 75 between g3rd0 and mkosler to keep tying all the time.
Yeah,
then once these guys finish up, then we can get to round 2.
Yeah, our opponents are just furious, waiting for us to finish.
I'm wondering what would happen if you two would keep tying. Like, would they say, "Okay, fine, let's just put both further," or something else?
We're gonna flip a coin here. The coin just landed on its side. Oh shoot. Hey, but yes, but yeah, thank you very much, mkosler and g3rd0, for putting on a great show today. It was very enjoyable to catch this race and watch you two go at it. And good luck to both of you in Game 4 as well, whenever that's scheduled in the future. And I think we're gonna start wrapping it up here. So again, follow both of our runners here. And if you would also be so kind as to follow all the wonderful people that have helped bring this to you today. It starts with our restreamer, Iceman F1. So thank you very much, Iceman, for doing it for us once again here. Arboretic had the difficult task of tracking, so it's always difficult. Did a very good job of it, so thank you very much, Arbor. And Demon's Druid, thank you very much for being co-commentator here. I appreciate it.
Thank you as well for joining me. It was great fun, and I hope we can do it again sometime later.
Certainly will. There's still a lot of games to play, so I'm sure that will happen again in the future. For those of you wondering, you want to watch some more rando and you want to keep it going here. Very good matchup right now on Speed Gaming 4 between Elminster and Scientee. I called that match, their first match yesterday, and it was definitely a great match. They're both talented runners. You give that a watch. On Speed Gaming 3, we have got the Lord Christos Owen versus Ganon's Gone Wild. That should be a hot match as well. And then we've got a couple more games coming coming up at 6, 6:30, 7 o'clock, 7:15, 8:30, 9 o'clock. So lots of rando going on tonight. Into tomorrow morning, we have a 9:45 match as well. So if you're not sick of rando, good news. We got plenty of it for you here on all the speed gaming channels and on the ALTTP Randomizer family of channels. So for Demon's Druid and myself, I'm going to say good night, good luck, good RNG. We'll see you here next time.